Leo. Okay, so there's a gravitational pull. That's for damn sure. There is a pull. There is a soul pull. It feels like to me like there is almost like a invisible line. I almost said an invisible line. An invisible line connected between you and others, or you and the toxic people in your life. I keep picking up on like this is not a game. This is not literally this is not a game. This is my whole life. And people don't take it seriously. They don't treat me like they take it seriously. So this pull between you and these negative or toxic things in your life has to do with you feeling like you are restricted by all the relationships that you've created. You feel like your whole life you've been restricted. Your whole life you've been controlled. Your whole life you felt like you've wasted time because people created a situation, or they almost like they trapped you in a box and made that box look real motherfucking comfy, right? They made that shit look so easy. They made you basically like tap out and devalue yourself to the point to where you didn't even feel like life was a life anymore. Like you didn't feel like living. Like you didn't feel like taking a responsibility or going out into the world. People made you scared or petrified of making those or taking those steps again to live life. And now that you're bouncing back or slowly coming back, there is so many patterns that you're just now recognizing that were extremely toxic, that were extremely abusive, that were childish, and also like this is like I said, this is not a game. This is not a video game. It's just not. It's your real life. Okay. 8 of Blades in a reverse. Okay. When you see this card, now I'm even going to turn that bitch upside down. It looks like somebody here has a lot of childhood issues with gripping with reality. Okay. They've always needed that like reality check, or they've always needed someone to put them in their place, but they've never had that. And I do feel like this is one of y'all's parents. If not a parent, then this is somebody you got married to or had a strong relationship with, married or sibling. This person has always needed to be grounded in their life, but never, ever, ever has had someone come to their face and say that. And not, and I'm not saying come to their face and like yell in their face. I'm talking like really sit down and have a discussion about that shit. And I feel like you've tried everything. I feel like this is one of the connections or one of the people in your life that holds you back the most. I feel like this is one of the people that's most critical of you, and destructive of your feelings and your emotions. They destroy you. They truly do. They have destroyed you. So all of that love and all that passion and all those things that like you felt comfortable with living in, that came just from this individual alone, it's now like just hitting you that it was never enough. That you just settled for it because it was what you knew, not what you wanted. And now that you sort of are coming to terms with the things that you want, it's like everything's so clear. Like it's almost like you put on a new pair of fucking glasses and you're like, shit. Like maybe you're doing a lot of self-care things. Like they talk about Invisalign, so aligning your teeth and aligning your eyes. Like maybe this all kind of like has all come to you at the same time. And so it's super overwhelming. Like you taking care of yourself has equated to so much more clarity, confidence. You're starting to see yourself in the mirror too a little bit different. You're starting to look at your body. You're starting to view your body even as more of one of those sacred points, like those sacred temples, like the temple of my body type shit. It's my body. There is very messy relations. I will say this now, that the mess has only just begun. And by you competing, or I'm not even gonna say you're competing, you are just trying to live straight up. By you trying to live, you are going to be viewed in every facet of your life as competition. You will be viewed as a person who needs to be sat down or put back, or almost like there will be walls in your life that are literally in the form of people. They are people in your life that are walls that you have to climb, that you have to overcome, right? It doesn't matter how many explanations you've had, or like, it doesn't matter how much these people try to tell you, oh, I love you and I just want what's best for you. Because what's best for you right now is for you to climb, for you to leave, for you to ascend, for you to go into your life by yourself as an individual, as they had not have allowed you to do that. And now that you are grown, now you can take responsibility and say, yes, I need to sever. I need to sever these ties. You know, I don't need that pulling on my soul no more. I don't need you pulling on my heartstrings no more. I don't need you trying to control, manipulate, and abuse your power over me. I'm not going to take that no more. That's not something I'm willing to sit through. I'm not willing to sit and wait until you treat me right. That's just not how it is. And Aquarius actually had an extremely similar type of vibe going on with them. Y'all's is a little bit different though, because I feel the timidness in this. I feel the timidness. I feel the shyness, or I feel the worry, the anxiety. And I also feel the anger. The anger and the rage that you feel towards people who have taken your life away from you. Or that's how you feel. It's like, you have taken so much time away from me. You have taken so many experiences away from me. You have put me into a state of servitude, of me being a servant to your needs and your wants. You have placed all of these restrictions, but also you've placed all of these roles onto me, which I am none of. I am none of the roles that you wanted me to be. I can't be any of the roles that you wanted me to be. I can't be your therapist. I can't be your everything, the help type shit. I can't be that for you. Like, why expect that of me? You know, when I haven't even gotten a chance to step out into the world and find the things that I need or that I want, right? Some of y'all started life a little bit too early. You know, you were never allowed to be a child. You had to be an adult at every single turn. You had to be an adult. I had to be an adult when mom died, or I had to be an adult when dad, you know, was an alcoholic. I had to be an adult when the siblings were out doing whatever they wanted to do. I had to be the adult and reprimand them. I had to hold myself back from even living that style of life, because I felt like if I did, my whole entire everything would fall apart. I had to take care of everyone. I had to make sure that at the end of the day, we would have food on the table. I had to do all of these things. And yet, there's no acknowledgement. There's no respect for it. It's almost like these people are telling me that's something I had to do. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was not your responsibility. It never was. It just wasn't. It was never, ever your responsibility to do all of these things at the same time. And the fact that you have never been relieved of these duties is insane. It is nuts. It is nuts that still to this day, you're expected to do these same things. Like, these people are children. Like, these people are babies. And you're expected to do that same shit in your romantic life too. Like those are your children. That's nuts. That's just crazy. Okay. Yeah. See, you're not doing this to be mean to people, okay? You're not separating yourself or severing ties or cutting communication to be mean to people. It's to prove a point. Without me doing everything for you, you are completely helpless. Without me, everything falls apart, because you people have put all of this expectation onto me and destroyed me. You have destroyed me. And now that it's come time for me to go build myself back up and build back my strength and you know, learn about myself a little bit, y'all all gonna fall apart. And I'm just not gonna take part in that. I'm not gonna communicate with you as that's happening. Or even in a romantic relationship, I am not going to sit by while you disrespect me and you sleep with other people and you go out and do your thing and live your single life, but also try to take romantic things from me. Like, I'm not going to sit by while I'm wasting all of my feelings and my emotions on you. I'm not going to sit by while, like, you abuse me. I'm just not going to do that. I'm never, ever going to be that person again. Never. Three of Wands, it's taking you so long to realize that. I'm sorry, like, or it feels like it's taking a long time. I'm so sorry that people have most definitely used you up until this point. The Sun in the reverse is like Leo in its weakest form. Leo, like, that's the thing. I say Leo in the weakest form, but it also accentuates all of those feelings of protector. It hyper accentuates. So you not only are you protective of these people or of this person, but you also care about their future, so much so that you forget yourself in that. Your ego, right? Of course, your ego is something that comes into play when we talk about the Sun in reverse. So your ego tells you that people can't survive without you. But truthfully, and I will let you know this right now, they most definitely can. Okay? And I will tell you this right now, they always have been able to live without you. But they used you. They used you. They used you for no reason. Because they did not want to take responsibility in their own life. That's why. They used you. So I want you to be mad. I want you to be pissed, actually. I want you to think about all of the feelings and the emotions that you had to suppress in order to be everybody's superhero. Because that's no longer going to happen no more. You're relieved of that duty. And I want you to think about what healing needs to happen coming ahead. And it's going to take time. It's definitely going to take help. So therapy, most definitely. If you haven't sought that out yet, you need it. Male or woman. I love this thing of like when a man is trying to get help or a man is trying to get therapy, it's almost looked at as like, oh, that's trivial. Like, we all know, like, that's not gonna help, that's not gonna work, or even your family or maybe your partner has said that to you. Oh no, that's not gonna work. You know, you're corrupt, you're fucked, you're this way, you're that way. A lot of you statements, a lot of blaming statements, instead of them, like I said, taking responsibility for their own shit. It's like, you're the messy one, you're the fucking messy one who causes all the problems. Or like, Leo, man, I don't even know where to begin trying to basically let you know that it's okay to have human feelings, human emotions. It's okay to feel angry or to feel sad, to cry, to express. It's okay. You can do those things. You are free to do those things. That is something that happens to your body and your mind and your emotions alone. Like, and you shouldn't always have to do that alone either. I'm saying you shouldn't have to emote alone all the fucking time. Like, when you get alone in the shower or when you get alone in the bedroom, you shouldn't have to cry yourself to sleep. You shouldn't have to cry at all, period. But I'm saying, you should cry happy tears. That's all you should be doing. Let's be real. You should be crying happy tears. But you just can't be happy. You're not allowed to be. No, that's not the expectation of you. You're not allowed to be happy. Like, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, Leo? Well, you're not allowed to be fucking happy. No, you have to wait on me hand and foot. And you're going to have to take care of everything. Because I can't. I sure damn can't. That enrages me. It truly does. On your behalf. It enrages me. That is the most disrespectful, lazy ass energy I've ever felt in my life. Ever. I've never felt this way about Arena. I swear to God. I swear I'm fucked. Like, I swear. Like I said, I feel like I'm really talking to a man right now. But also, if not a man, you're an extremely strong personality female who has so much energy, masculine energy that needs to be balanced. And that needs to be balanced in your comfortable feminine energy. You should be allowed to express yourself on both spectrums. You should allow yourself to be light and passionate and beautiful and soft, like the soft life. Like I remember I was watching Karamo show, and there was like something to do with like this little girl was trying to be like, I want a soft life. And her mother was like laughing in her face and trying to rip her down and be like, bitch, there ain't no such thing as a soft life out here. That's just not how it works. Here's the thing, right? A soft life can only exist if it's created, right, by the person who wants a soft life, for one, but also by the environment, by the people, by the family, right? The family starts creating that soft life. They create that cushy ass life where everybody can live happily and worry about normal people problems, normal people issues. You don't have to resolve like somebody's murder. You don't have to resolve somebody's mental illness. You don't have to sit there and fight through shit, because everyone's dotting their I's and crossing their T's. You know what I mean? Everyone's doing it. Everyone is a part of the cog. Everyone is a part of the mission. Everyone is a part of the engine. Everyone. In a situation where you can live that soft life, everyone has to be pulling their weight. And if they're not pulling their weight, then they need either an intervention, you know what I mean? Stage the fucking intervention. And if the intervention doesn't work, then they need to be cut loose. And that fucking blows dick, doesn't it? It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It fucking sucks. But that's why these people don't belong in your utopia, Leo. They don't. They don't have the energy, the power, the strength, or even, like I said, the amount of responsibility that they need in order to be a part of that soft life for you. Like, I could never imagine myself living a soft life. I'm gonna be real. Like, I've always been doing it hard and hard and hard and hard. But there comes a time where we have to realize that hard shit, it beats up not only your mind and your mental, it beats up your body too. That's the shit that triggers cancer. That's the shit that triggers illnesses. Because your life will be so difficult, and so it's been on hard mode the whole entire time, that like your body starts to count the number of times and feel the amount of weight that you're feeling emotionally. It destroys you. Truthfully, it destroys you. And that's why it's going to be super important coming up that all these soul ties, or these things that you feel tied to on a span of, like, you just keep dealing with the same thing over and over and over and over again, the cycles that just keep repeating, need to end now. Four blade in the hangman. You're hanging in the balance. Your life is hanging in the balance. Your health is hanging in the balance. Your whole life you've been living being the responsible one, or being the caretaker. That needs to end now. 6 of Wands. What happened to Leo? That's the go-getter. The go-getter. No, the fighter. You're supposed to be initially you're supposed to be the fighter. You know what I mean? You're supposed to fight people who restrict you. Like, and I mean, like, there's gonna be all sorts of issues that you're gonna have to deal with too, about commitment issues for sure. Like, that's like number one on the list. Commitment issues, committing to friends, committing to family, right? Commitment issues, choosing a man over, or a woman over your own mental health, choosing a friend, or to support a friend over supporting yourself. And, you know, paying for that therapy, like you're paying for their therapy type shit. And of course, when it comes to your babies, when it comes to your children, all they want to see is you be happy. All they want to experience is daddy or mommy or whoever just being happy, being daddy or mommy, and not being an asshole. Not being so tired and bent out of shape that you snap on them. They want a soft relationship with you, where they can come to you and trust you, but then also come to you for the harder bits. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about like, oh, fully rely on you for everything. Because those of y'all that got children and are going to have children, you going to have an independent child. I trust and believe. Leo creates independent children. They just do, right? I'm not saying you're going to be soft on them, like allow them to do and walk all over you and do whatever they want. Most definitely discipline comes with that. But also have a relationship where no matter what, y'all can call each other on the phone and just hear each other's voice, and you calm down. and you feel so good. Like you're like, oh my god, like, hey, how you doing? It's like, hey, or even with your siblings. Like I feel that's really strong too. Like your siblings, like, hey little sis, or hey little bro, like what's going on? Like create that situation. Okay, create a situation to where you can feel relieved, that you have such beautiful children and such a beautiful family. You know what I mean? Create that situation. And it's going to require some severance. It's going to require you cutting some people out of your life. Very clearly, they've made it clear this whole entire time that it's not going to come out being like all happy right away. Like you're going to have to do a lot of groundwork for this to happen. Okay, you just are. You're going to have to choose, and that's going to be super fucking hard. So tell me the outcome here. Let me look at the outcome real quick. What they say the outcome is, there it is right there. The outcome, Queen of Coins. That's the beauty, isn't it? Like that's the beauty. This is abundance, but on another level. This is abundance, not only on a financial level, but this is also abundance in happiness or fulfillment, comfort. It's a fulfillment of comfort. Like they're talking about this future that you can have surrounded by kids at Christmas, like your babies at Christmas, and they all coming over and y'all all laughing and giggling and being silly and watching movies together and drinking together even, or like, you know, if you don't drink, then like sipping on a little hot cocoa and shit. Or every family holiday y'all come together for Thanksgiving. No, there's no drama. Like everybody's just happy and giggling and goofing on each other, and the kids are playing. Like there's just, that's what you want the most. I can feel that. I can see that. And that's what's coming. Okay? So that's what's coming. Ace of Wands. It takes work. Yes. But you're so close to being the person that you've always wanted to be. You are. You truly are so close. Right? It's just going to take that healing. Leap of faith. The Chariot. It's going to take that healing. It's going to take risk. It's going to take severance. Okay? It's going to take severance. It really is. It's going to take you being alone, right? You're going to have to step out. There's going to be periods of time where you're going to have to step out and nobody's going to know where you're at. Now, the only thing I would say is like, make sure your children know where you're at. Make sure your kids know where you're at. But I'm saying everybody else, they're going to have to know that you're taking that break because you're doing your healing. You're taking your me time. It's always been you. And now it needs to be them taking care of themselves. All right? That's what's up, Leo. I like this reading a lot, actually. It's my most, I think, fulfilling Leo reading I've ever had on the channel. So I hope you'll hear me out.